Hey, man, this is Kevin Smith, guy who makes all those unlistenable podcasts over at smodcast.com, and you're listening to the Two Strangers, One Podcast. This is podcasting.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
He is a comic book nerd.
In brightest day and darkest night. We can learn a lot from comics.
She is a reality TV junkie.
No idea.
Rookie had her baby. A dollar makes me holla.
Chris likes sci-fi.
They do a brain transplant into this whole new body, but it's you.
Kristen likes celebrity gossip.
Breaking news.
Oh, more breaking
Not
news?
official. Official. Before it was just a rumor. Case 2, our paths moved back in together.
What do they have in common? Nothing. You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Now, here's Chris and Kristen.
Well, hello, and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I am Kristen. I lost my voice, but I am here, and I'm trying.
I see. What a trooper she is. She comes out even though...
It's not like I smoke, cigars upon cigars.
So you went to a wedding on Saturday.
Yes, and I lose my voice easily when I talk and yell, so you can imagine I had fun.
So it was that kind of party?
Yeah, I was like, well, the usual. I talk too much, and I try and talk
over the music, yeah.
And then I just
blue, la-do-dee-da-do-da.
I wish that played.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, like trying to have a serious combo.
Then the music stops real quick.
And it's like,
I'm getting my clit pierced. What?
And so he said he was gay, and then I out someone.
What? The groom is gay?
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
Play blue again.
He's the one that requested. Yeah, so
we are back.
We're back.
I'm not better, but we're better than ever.
It really does feel
like
we
years.
missed 1 week, and so on last Tuesday I played Lost Episode. It was back. It was actually from my birthday last year.
That's a real Lost Episode.
Yeah, so it was like 9 months late, and
9 months later. Baby.
Yeah, and it's so weird to hear things in the background and Kristen keeps dropping her notebook.
Don't worry about it.
So we had and these microphones are so good. Like you can hear me pouring ginger ale and I remember that day. It was my birthday. It was or no, it's not ginger ale. Mountain Dew for my birthday, and then on Thursday we had I did a show with Cord from our West Coast brothers from Another Mother, the Live and Lane Podcast Entertainment. Actually, we had recorded on Wednesday. We got half an hour in.
What'd you do?
The laptop.
I found both technical difficulties. I was tired.
We had a good half an hour in, and then the laptop. I think because I had the hard drive full. And when you save when you record with Audacity, it real interesting stuff here.
Yeah.
It saves it
folks.
It saves it as a temporary file, and then I think I kind of ran out of space on the temporary file, and it just shut down on me. So
computer drama.
And I was I was pissed, but I told Cord, I said, look, you want to we could just go right into it right now, but he was kind of, because mind you, I'm talking to him. There's like a 3-hour difference, and he works nights.
What?
So he's like, I want to go to sleep, and I'm like, no, okay, I get it.
I want to go to bed.
No, you got to stay up and record now.
The safe haven.
So then we rescheduled for Thursday, and we recorded basically when he gets home from work. Him 9 o'clock in the morning was noon. Yeah, 9 o'clock in the morning is noon here. So we did it, and and it went good, but it's one of those things, you lose that whole half an hour. You're like, oh man. And of course, through the magic of radio or whatever, we're having the exact same conversation, but pretending like it's new.
Happened.
Oh yeah, we didn't just talk about this 16 hours ago. So once again, big shout out to all the guys in Live and Lane. They got things going on. They just did a roller derby. The Red Bluff roller derby girls. They did a show this weekend. I don't know. I guess it's going to come out soon. I guess it's just got to get edited and stuff. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Pretty soon we're going to have our recording space set up.
Hey, yo.
So
we're in the final
stages. And we may even have a public place.
Yes.
A big shout out to Andy Battaglia of Comics Etc. on Main Street, just down the road from where we're going to be having our Stranger Con on June 15th.
Be there.
And so, I don't want to jinx it, but hopefully
we'll find out later today.
We'll be able to use the back room of Comics Etc. to record our podcast. Guys go there and they play the role-playing games and the D&D.
I got the lingo.
And so, because I remember you were looking at these guys like they had 10 heads last year.
Well, they looked at me like, they're like, what the hell is she doing here? And I'm like, well, I'm looking at you the same way.
A
okay?
girl!
Oops.
And so that being said, I mean, he has a space set up for guys to play role-playing games, so I'm like begging, I'm like, please, we could sit at the table and record, and as guys come in, because in the back of their stores where all the back issues are. And I actually found a lot of stuff that I was looking for. I was looking for, and I'm talking seriously, like 1983 comics, Teen Titans.
How do they look? From the 1983.
Well, I mean, it was the 80s style.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the comics were in good condition.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's gotta be such a flashback.
I got like 83, and then I also got like 93 because Steel.
2003.
Yeah, Steel, the one that Shaquille O'Neal made the movie over.
Oh yeah.
So it's
You go, Shaq.
Because in '93, that was right after Superman died, and then all these other guys started coming in trying to like take Superman's place, or at least
you can't do it.
You can't do it. You can't take Superman's place. So I found
can't do it.
Steel comics, old, like I said, Teen Titans. So I
always love the title.
Yeah. Teen Titans. Well, I mean, they had a cartoon on Cartoon Network for a little while, and it's and now what happened was now I don't know, DC had like this rocky relationship because they had a bunch of cartoons on the Cartoon Network, and then everything got canceled. Everything got canceled. Like every show. I'm sorry, my cat keeps knocking all of Kristen's stuff over.
Stuff.
I love it because Kristen's here with cough drops.
I know.
And she has the cough drops on my bed, and my cat just comes up, just swipes them off the bed, like,
move that.
Screw you.
Move that.
It's like
my place.
Fuck your couch, nigga. And
she's got real attitude.
And so
angry pussy. It spits, it hisses.
Yeah, and then he gets all into space because he wants attention. So like
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network. So now they have, but now all out of the blue, now they have this other thing just called Go Titans. But I guess it's apparently only supposed to be like little 1 or 2 minute shorts while they come in from commercials and stuff like that.
Right.
A lot of people are bashing it. I don't know. I'm going to give it a shot. I mean, I don't have cable right now, but I'm going to give it a shot. But one thing about Teen Titans, and it's not my taste, was that even though it was an American cartoon, it kind of had anime like little flourishes. Like, yeah, it definitely had a huge anime influence, even though it was an American show, which you don't see that often. And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't to my taste, but I know it appealed to a lot of people. So. Right. I don't know. Just the nerd in me is like, I'm happy for them. I want to see more DC stuff. I'm like, I've been digging into DC Universe so much, it's ridiculous. And so
is DC Universe.
Yeah, so the back of comics, etc., where they have all their back issues. I spent time in the room, and to be honest with you, I was also sizing the place up. I'm like, okay, we can put the table here, and the audience comes here. But yeah, so hopefully we'll have a public place to record. We'll have our own place to record.
Public, private, everything.
Yeah, we got everything. We're spanning.
We're blooming, baby.
Yeah. We're blooming, la-da-dee,
Why is that in your head?
You know why that's in my head? Because they actually play that song in Iron Man 3.
Oh, no. Did you see it?
I saw it.
I heard it's epic. What was it? The best one yet? It
was better than part 2.
2 always sucks and all this.
Well, actually, no. Well, 2 is usually like. Okay.
No, 2 always. I feel like 2 always sucks with all the
superhero movies.
No, just in general with movies. Like if they have more than 2.
Yeah, I mean, to me, usually, and recently, the movies, the 3 is the one that sucks. Like Spider-Man 3, the original, the one, the Sam Raimi trilogy. The third one was horrible. X-Men 3. Was okay, but nothing near compared to part 1 and 2. Iron Man 3, better, and I'm gonna just letting people know, no spoilers, because I understand, I wouldn't want to ruin it.
Iron Man dies, right? Spoiler.
And there are a couple twists here and there. Usually, and this isn't really spoiling. All the Marvel movies always have a little thing after the credits,
right?
That kind of like boosts up
for the next one.
The next movie. I'll be honest with you, I get it. I could see how some nerds were kind of like geeked out about it. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't groundbreaking. I thought it was going to be some, because,
a no character revealed.
Yeah, or something like that. Because, and I'll get back to that in a second. I mean, of course, if this happened, my head would explode. Wesley Snipes just got out of jail.
Right. He's not doing a movie yet, Craig.
He's not.
He didn't get out in time.
But, well, I mean, it only takes a couple seconds
didn't
to
get out
film
in time.
these little cameos, you know? They could have, well, because
he might go back. I don't know.
Because he did play in the Blade movies. Blade is owned by Marvel. But also, another member of the Avengers is a character called Black Panther, who is an older black guy. He's like a guy
almost
in his
like a Wesley
who coincidentally is good with martial arts.
Maybe Morgan Freeman, like he's trying to move and shit.
No, but very seriously, Wesley Snipes could play. And Lawrence Fishburne. But I mean, I just want Wesley Snipes because, come on, man, throw the man a bone. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, he's having some money issues.
Yeah. You know, he's got to be in the system when Marvel cuts checks. You know,
help him out, man.
You know, you have to, make sure the W-2 forms are up to date. But okay, so
apparently he wasn't in the end.
So yeah, no Wesley Snipes cameo, which would have been awesome. Yeah, oh my God, to have even if he reprises Blade, even just to, you know. Okay.
Throw Wesley a bone.
So Iron Man 3, I do have to admit, the last, of course, all the epic battle scene at the end, epic, like action. You know, it was like, and I like that. Yeah, I like that stuff. And he was like, "Oh my God, what's going on? What's going on?" The middle, and I made this, and once again, this isn't a spoiler. The movie's called Iron Man. I don't really care about Tony Stark. Not that I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I understand, what they were going with it.
For a storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want
something. They
gotta
please the
plot.
girls.
Screw the plot.
They gotta please the female audience.
I wish they just would have had a little bit more
in the middle
suit time. Had a little bit of romance in there. Once again, not really spoiling anything. They had one part that could have easily gotten screwed up was they kind of brought in this little kid, and Tony Stark is kind of like, because the kid is like a quote unquote inventor, so Tony Stark's is kind of like the kid's like 10 years old or whatever, and it's without spoiling, but the kid's not a villain. The kid kind of like becomes
running the world, like inventing stuff.
Oh yeah,
at 10,
and so he kind of takes the kid under his wing.
Whose kid is it? Should I know?
I don't. It'll spoil parts of the movie.
I don't know if it was in a comic book.
But that being said, I thought it was gonna be. I was rolling my eyes like, okay, here we go. The little kid that's gonna bring out Tony's good side and show that he's not so heartless and all this other stuff. And I rolled my eyes. I'm like, I saw it coming, and luckily. They didn't. It didn't get that. It didn't get. Yeah, it got a little sappy. Tiny bit sappy. I thought it was gonna. I was like, oh my God, they're ruining the trilogy by bringing in a little kid. Like it's always like that.
Who played the kid? Anybody?
No one. He's probably gonna get. He's gonna get work after this. But he was. And one thing I do have to say, the movie was funny as hell.
Good.
That's all these movies.
I like him. He's got a good comedic side.
Yeah, they wrote. I was cracking up. I was laughing like if it was a comedy.
Nerds were laughing.
Oh yeah, I was. So it was fun. It was funny. It was action packed.
Every emotion.
I
cried. I laughed.
A little romance. A little, a little cheesy with the kid, but I get what they were trying to do with it. Action at the end. So I definitely give it a C, a recommend, or see it.
2 nerd boners up.
Yeah.
There you go.
2 metal thumbs up.
Yeah, there you go.
And so,
I
saw it, and I'm glad I saw it. I had a good time.
Well, I don't think Robert Downey Jr. can do wrong.
Yeah,
in my eyes.
He plays a guy who. Now, one thing they did, they teeny touched about is that Tony Stark was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So they touched upon
like Robert Downey.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
drugs and alcohol.
A guy with a lot of demons who now, when you give him the right energy, like when Tony Stark becomes Iron Man,
right
it's
a recovering alcoholic.
Yeah, it's a different kind of drug. It's an ego drug, and he's perfect because he lives it. So yeah, he was perfect, and it's like They, of course, Avengers 2, Avengers 3. There has to be an Avengers 3. The Marvel right now is working on Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm pretty sure he's going to at least show his face.
Maybe it must be like another Captain America I saw with Scarlett Johansson and Chris Evans.
Is this Scarlett? No. Well, Scarlett Johansson was Black Widow, but she was
both of them were in some stills.
Oh wow!
They were taking photos because they had photos of Chris Evans checking out her ass. Or maybe it was Thor.
It was no. I posted a picture, which I'm 99% sure it was just behind the scenes pictures from Avengers.
Oh, okay, where Thor's kind of...
It's Thor and the guy who plays Loki.
Yeah,
and
okay, maybe that's
you could totally both see them looking at her ass because she's wearing the tight pants.
Her outfit.
But she was wearing like a bomber jacket, which I probably maybe was just chilly that day. But you know, even with the jacket on, her booty was out. Her booty's doing the Scarlett Johansson. You know, like,
you have to even as a female.
Lost in translation. All I got to say, in the first 30 seconds of that movie, where it's like a close-up shot and her in her panties, big thumbs up.
2 boners up.
But yeah, so both Thor and the guy who plays Loki are checking out her ass. And obviously the camera caught them. It was like the most perfect moment because it's hard to deny.
Can't deny it.
Yeah.
You ain't denying that.
Didn't they catch,
you might as well just go along. Like, yeah, I can look, but I didn't touch. Yeah, I didn't touch.
And it's like, I mean, come on, Liam Hemsworth, one of the best-looking guys on the planet. I mean,
that one's Chris, the older one.
Oh, Chris Hemsworth. Yeah. Liam is the brother. I'm sorry.
Young one,
Chris Hemsworth.
Either way, all the Hemsworth. Apparently, there's another Hemsworth running around.
Oh, okay.
I think he's trying to get into acting, but I don't know what his age is. But I'm sure he looks really good.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure they got good genes over there.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny? Like he's the
ugly one. Oh God.
It's like, you know, Matthew
McConaughey's brothers are kind of
creaky looking, creepy,
south looking.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like
like bald, like they're not.
It reminds me of like Small People, Big World, Little People, Big World,
where
the one kid is the midget.
The twin.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah,
twins.
Of
one's
twins.
The midget, one's the good looking one.
Well, I don't know. Pardon me, little person. I don't know if midget is the N word of little people.
Yeah, I don't want to offend him. The twins. What's that?
Of twins too, and the other twin is handsome and tall. And
how awful.
Yeah, so I've been
about that rivalry.
Oh yeah, so I've been geeking out for the past 15 minutes. What have you got for us in news?
So much. No, yesterday, Mama June got married.
Okay. They said it on the radio, but I thought it was a joke.
No, yeah, because there was photos I just saw today. She's in a camouflage dress, and he's in like camouflage pants and a vest.
But doesn't TLC also do My Big
they
Redneck
have
Wedding
wedding shows, so I'm sure. I don't know if they have the redneck one. I think they might be country.
Oh, okay.
But they do have, like, Say Yes to the Dress, you know, the nice one.
Oh, but I'm 99% sure there were cameras there. That's going to be the special. That's going to be like the cliffhanger.
It's going to be like their Kim Kardashian.
Their version of the wedding.
Yeah. What was theirs called?
Wasn't it like a fairy tale?
Yeah, fairy tale wedding. It's going to be their version of Kim Kardashian.
A good old wedding.
Yeah, so Mama June from Honey Boo Boo. Well, Honey Boo Boo was in her dress.
I mean,
they looked like put together for what they can be, and their dresses look nice, but it was camouflage.
I mean, it's one of those. As much as everyone laughs, and it's kind of like, it sounds weird, like like the Addams Family, where like people say dysfunctional, and yeah, I think they're dysfunctional people, but they're
living their life. They're happy.
They love each other. They have a skewed view on the world.
Just because it's different.
Yeah, but
doesn't mean it's wrong.
It's a little weird, putting your kids in pageants and eating cheese balls off the floor and stuff like that. But I mean, there's a love there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, it's like, I don't know. So
they found love.
Yeah,
it's
a love story.
Rihanna and Chris Brown. Chris is finally confirming they're done. Been back and forth going on.
Oh,
they're
boy.
finally done, thank God. Can we end it already? I mean, getting old.
Wow. So
how many songs do we come up with?
Yeah, I don't see how anybody could. I don't like Chris Brown's music.
People could take him seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I can put my my nonsense aside and say, okay, he's a dancer, he's a decent dancer.
Right,
but I mean,
break it down. His music is all.
Hollywood is filled with dancers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's TV shows dedicated to finding a dancer.
Like, and no names. Yeah, like there's so many no names that are better than him.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, I get in the press.
Give him a rest. Give him,
T Breezy, Lindsay Lohan. Finally in Betty Ford. Thank God.
Let's see how long this lasts.
She already said she's begging to get out. She just started.
Because didn't she asked for like because she wanted to go to Coachella.
She went.
She went to Coachella. But it's like
she said she had a sober evening.
Come on, Coachella.
Photos didn't catch anything, but I'm sure
that's every drug on the planet is in
exactly.
Coachella.
Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a sober Coachella. It's like going to Woodstock saying
sober Woodstock.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna have a sober I'm the driver. Like, nah. People spend the night for a reason.
But how ballsy do you have to be to ask, like, can I get some dive? I'm going to go to Coachella. I'm supposed to be in rehab. I know I'm supposed to be in rehab. But
well, it reminds me, okay, it's really sad that I even saw this episode of Teen Mom. Janelle was always in trouble. Like, she doesn't even have custody of her kid. She, whatever their custody battle, and she's been arrested for drugs and all that. So whatever court date she had coming up, she's asking her lawyer, well, I can't do it that date because I have a Kesha concert, so we need to move it.
Yeah, I heard that.
And then she ends up going to the Kesha concert. It's like, you're Lindsay Lohan just in a poor version.
Yeah. At least Lindsay Lohan did a couple movies first, you know.
Yeah.
At least she had some sort of career to throw away.
Yeah. Like, you're just on MTV Teen Mom for a couple of seasons.
Now, one of the... because I don't follow the Teen Moms at all, but what I understand is one of them just did a porn tape. Sex tape. Is this the same one?
No.
Okay.
Different seasons. There's Teen Mom and Teen Mom 2. Yeah.
Okay.
We had to have 2 different seasons. I think
there was a time I wasn't into Kardashian, so I don't know.
Right.
I'll probably get into it eventually.
This one, okay, she grew up in like her parents had like a nice house. Like it looks, she's in like Iowa or someplace random, or Indiana. I don't remember, something with an I. But, like, her parents, like, they just seem like a normal middle-class family. And I don't know what the hell happened. Like, she's a hot girl, and she did a porn.
Okay.
Isn't out yet.
So, this is what I understand, that a guy...
That James Dean guy.
James Dean from
who did the
Lindsay Lohan movie.
Yeah, it's doing,
about
like, Canyons or
porno,
something.
Canyons.
That guy.
They wanted to set it up where it was going to look like a fake release sex tape for their quote-unquote relationship.
But, yeah. And he revealed
Even he was like, no, it's bullshit.
Right.
They're like, how bad do you have to be where porn stars are, like, disavowing
$1 million bucks for that.
It'll probably sell.
What's I can't think of the video company that always takes all the porn from celebrities, quote-unquote. Like Vivid.
Like
Vivid? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they paid $1 million for it. And she brought her baby and her dad to the meeting. Like, like to the porn meeting. Yeah, it's like, what the hell?
The dadager. Like,
yeah, like, what?
Okay, now while we're on the topic of porn, sex tapes,
we're on porn,
and all the credit, and then this goes Jen, that was on our show a couple episodes ago. She pointed this out to me, and all the credit goes to her. Okay, do you know? Okay, Ian Ziering is gonna.
I know I read something on what's he doing.
He had basically said something to the effect that he's gonna be doing a sex tape. That being said,
and he's joining the Chippendales, isn't he?
Oh, is he? I didn't know that.
I might have made that up. I think he said he was. There's something with him.
So here's the deal. So me and Jen were actually going to comic book stores in the area, putting up flyers for StrangerCon. So June 15th, 1199 Main Street.
Be there.
And so we, we're looking at all the flyers and stuff like that. She grabs a flyer for Niagara Falls Comic Con, which is in about another month or so. I had the paperwork around here somewhere. All right. That being said, Niagara Falls Comic Con has all the usual suspects. Lou Ferrigno, Adam West, comic book artist Neil Adams.
Are we going?
It's on the Canada side, and I don't know.
You need a passport. I have a passport.
If so, I have to renew my passport. Which because I thought maybe if you
had
the enhanced license,
either one.
I got to get the enhanced. I'd rather get the enhanced license.
Yeah, that'll come quicker.
So it's on the Canada side of Niagara Falls. So. She's looking at the pamphlet, and I'm driving, and she goes, Ian Ziering? Like, obviously everyone else, there's people
it's related to the comic book world. People from, like, old Battlestar Galactica, the old TV show, people who were on Walking Dead, and then Ian Ziering. So she goes, what the hell is Ian Ziering doing? Did it say why?
No, that's like...
Or is it just he's on the list?
It's just, and he's actually on, like, where they're showing, like, there's actually, like, pictures of the celebrities. So
and he's on the pictures.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get Lou Ferrigno, I get Adam West, I get, the comic book artists and stuff.
He's joining Chippendales, isn't that was something with him?
Kristen just grabbed the phone.
Yeah, I was like, I knew there was something with him recently, because I was like, how do I, like, when is he ever in the news?
So then he puts out, and mind you, this is a press release. You could Google this.
He must be trying to get press before his big.
But it's for the Niagara Falls Comic-Con. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it that day. Now, mind you, Jen is sending me all these links. I'm not be able to make it that day. Basically saying, thank you to all the people. Thank you for your support. I would love to have been there, but I can't make it. I have prior engagements.
Chippendale.
And then she sends me the link. She sends me the link. Oh, now we see what his prior engagements are. That he's going to be doing a porno.
With who?
That I don't know.
You didn't look into that.
All I need to know is he's doing a porno. Which
he's married and has like 2 kids. They just have like a second baby.
Oh.
So why is he doing a porno?
That's. I mean, maybe it's with his wife.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's not really. It's scandalous, but it's nothing. If a couple, like if there was a married couple that put out pornos, there would be. There's nothing wrong with that.
Breaking news. No.
Well, I mean...
it's scandalous if he's cheating and then it leaks.
Yeah.
That's a scandal.
Like, I mentioned that website, I think it's like lunchmoney.com or something like that, where it's like...
Scandals?
No, it's regular couples putting their videos online to sell as porn. I believe it's Lunch Money.
No, never. Sorry, Chris, I haven't heard of it.
I thought I brought it up because an internet friend of mine, a guy I never met, but oddly enough, I've never met,
out my video.
But I've known for about 10 years. How'd
you meet him?
He was on a his name is Zachary Byron Helm.
Nice, that's fake.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he's out of Colorado, and he runs this thing called Hearse Club. There's a bunch of car collectors that drive hearses. And so a lot of these gothic girls take pictures by the hearses, as in their underwear or dressed up, like Morticia Adams or something like that. It's all and I like I'm into that goth look. I'm into the pale and the black hair and the so. We had originally become friends because we were both parts of this thing, gothic girl picture, gothic girl photography community on to show you how long ago on LiveJournal, like way before Facebook, way before MySpace.
I don't see anything about a porn. I want to find out the name.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm ready to be a stripper.
Kristen's looking. Oh, maybe. Well,
like
maybe.
90210. Oh.
He can be in his own porn parody.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had so like I said, I've been internet friends with this guy, and he's put out a couple of internet videos, funny stuff. He does a parody of, it's called A Legend of Zelda: A Pain in the Ass. He did one called The Zit, which is really, really disgusting, unless you like that creepy, disgusting stuff, And now he's doing a movie. I swear to God, the name of the movie is Death Hearse on Satan Titty's Highway.
Sounds romantic.
And so he has, and like, because he belongs to all these hearse sites and stuff like that. So they're doing like action scenes and there's blood and you see these girls in their underwear covered in blood. It's the craziest movie that he's
sexy.
Yeah, and I and he's still like looking for people like, oh, we need someone to, does anybody have a car they don't mind us crashing up and stuff like that. So it's all weird. So that being said, I guess he's an independent filmmaker. And then he said, hey, here's videos of me and my girlfriend on...
Check them out. Does she know that they're being videotaped?
No, she knows because she put on her Facebook also.
So what the hell did I get on TV?
And it's like, well, I'm pretty sure a site like that, they probably make sure and double check, triple check that you're
everybody's on board.
And so... And it's a lot, I guess it's more legitimate than like, myexgirlfriend.com where, the guys have the leaked videos. Obviously that has to be fake because if that was real.
There are being so many lawsuits. And it's just sometimes you're like, you're fucking acting.
Oh yeah. Some of them are so horribly acted also. But I'm pretty sure a couple might have snuck through like legitimate, like, but.
They really thought the website was real.
Yeah.
And then they did it.
But yeah, I believe it's called MyLunchMoney.com or something like that. So, hey, I'm giving him a shout out. So, if he gets a couple bucks, that'd be awesome. And so with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, this is Cordero Ulloa, co-founder of the Live and Lame Podcast Network. Before you start this LLPN podcast, I wanted to show you listeners out there what else we have to offer here on the network. If TV and movies tickle your ear pussy, then check out Real Chat with Seth Parker, Alex Chittenden, and Cordero Ulloa. They cover news, casting rumors, trailers, and reviews, all with the excitement you'd expect out of a bunch of pop culture nerds. Just visit www.watchsomething.podbean.com. You can also get to know Chris Colon and Kristen Montrallo as they get to know each other on Two Strangers, One Podcast. Listen as these guys talk about celebrity gossip and reality TV, as well as interviews with George Christic, the creator of popular Disney cartoon Megas XLR, and Mike Zapsik and Ming Chen of AMC's Comic Book Men. Look for them at www.twostrangersonepodcast.com. If music is what you're looking for, check out The Breakdown, which features members of the Live and Lame Podcast Network talking about the artists, the tunes, and the albums that they enjoy and grew up with. You can check that out at www.rockhardpodharder.podbean.com. Interested in astrology, numerology? Join Joey Fox, Carrie Fox, and Foxy D in the Fox Den, where they talk about life, kids, and family, all infused with the brand of humor you've come to expect from us here at the LLPN. Enter the Fox Den at www.thefoxden.podbean.com. And last but not least, check out the granddaddy that started it all, Livin' Lame, featuring Dwight Graham, Cordero Ulloa, Joey and Carrie Fox, Seth Parker, Nick Doty, and Megan Phelps. Join the Lames every week as they talk about whatever the hell they want, from comics, games, and headlines to weekly segments such as Lame of the Week, Nude News featuring Mike Hawk, and FML with Seth Parker and Megan Phelps. You can prowl the lameness of the interwebs with the Lames at www.liveandlame.podbean.com, and you can follow us on Twitter at @liveandlame. You can find all of our podcasts on iTunes and Stitcher Internet Radio, which is a free app available to both Android and iOS users. You can also listen through your standard phone browser by adding /mobile to the end of any of our URLs. You can also find and like the pages for all of our podcasts on Facebook, as well as the Live and Lame Podcast Network page, which is the headquarters for all the Live and Lame Network podcasts on Facebook. Please don't forget to hover over the like button and click Show Newsfeed so you can see all of our updates. All of us here at the network would like to thank you for your continued listenership. Now please enjoy this Live and Lame Podcast Network podcast.
Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact, four-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. Leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers, One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
And we're back.
Click and Hit.
Now, up here in Rochester, and I discussed this with Cord on our last episode, they're filming Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
well, the filming
I actually drove by it the other day.
For the amazing... Have you been affected by it at all?
In what way? What do you mean?
Of course, there's tons of crowds going down there, but on Twitter, hashtag SpideyRock, R-O-C, is like all the people in Rochester, and there were some fantastic people posting.
Friends. A few of my friends have been down there and posted videos of like the car chase scene.
And then there's also people complaining, the traffic.
I don't work down there, so I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gotta suck for people.
Well, I had to go
they gave them fair warning, like that.
Yeah, it's not like
go early to work. This is what's gonna happen.
I had to go to court about a week ago.
Mm.
And
you're right there
on the second day, and they were filming on that block.
They lost power one night, like in the middle of the night, because a friend of mine does. He must work for the city, doing whatever, because he's like getting overtime tonight. Like they blew something, and it has to be ready by like 6 a.m. or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember hearing something like that. Yeah,
I'm guessing they got it all fixed because he didn't post anything more. But he's like, at least I get overtime.
Hey.
So they blew something in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and I guess I won't go into it because I brought it up on the last episode with Cord, and I guess if anybody spoiler alert, but we're not really going to go into it, but like I said, there's been cops galore. Up and down the highway, cops all over the place.
All over.
Even
just surrounding it, I'm like,
I
didn't have my seatbelt on, I'm like, shit.
I went through 2 car stops. Have you gone
I didn't have a
car
stop? And I literally drove by, because we were, from my wedding Saturday, the place we had to go through was We're like, oh my God, there's a Spider-Man day. Because we're like, oh, there's all these cops. And we're like, oh, it's got to be. And then we drove right by and you just see the New York City taxi cabs and the New York City police.
Yeah, New York City taxi cabs.
For those of you who don't know, we are now in New York City.
Yeah.
And they made it all look like New York City, which was cool.
They put up the New York street signs. It's supposed to be like 8th Avenue and 59th Street. And
like the buildings, there's like those covered, I don't know what they call them.
New York City garbage cans.
Yeah.
That's like keep
New
York
everything.
clean.
Yeah.
And a person online took a great picture where you see the real Rochester police car in the background.
Oh, yeah.
And then like the NYPD.
The
fake NYPD. But even though, I mean, I say fake as in, I guess,
it's just
stunt
not
cars.
supposed to be. Yeah.
But I mean, the stickers are all in the right
it
place.
looks legit.
Like, usually you watch the movies and you
You're
can
like,
see
that's not right.
No, these are 100% legit.
A friend of mine took a video of when they were filming the car chase scene.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really cool just to see, because you could see the guys in the front with the cameras, and then you see the car, and then you see all the cabs.
And they have this whole setup on an arm, there's a big arm holding the camera for the chasing, which coincidentally, I mean,
all the cabs and cops.
I don't know if it's the same one, probably not, but they had that same setup
sure
in
multiple shots,
Batman, in the Batman movies.
Oh, okay.
Like someone had to I think the Batman movie, when they were filming that, I think they patented, on top of everything else, I think the director, Chris Nolan, I think he got money for quote unquote putting in the patent for this big arm that's on the top of an SUV.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
And then there's just the guy in the back there, and I'm like, I hope he's strapped in.
Yeah. And so, I mean, well, I guess,
it's cool to see that.
Spoilers,
it's a car chase.
We might as well just say, right, I'll say it now, because actually there was some new stuff this weekend. A shootout.
Was it real? Was that really Rochester citizens?
Oh, no.
Or was that for the movie?
Oh, no.
Because there's a shooting every week, every night in the city.
Well, it's being filmed in, I guess, downtown. Was that considered downtown?
Yeah.
I mean, that area. Okay,
that area is mostly business, where they are, businesses.
Because since it's all office buildings and the courthouse and everything, on the weekends,
right? Nobody's down there.
There's no one there to shoot.
It's kind of like the financial district of New York City,
Wall Street. Yeah.
In the weekends, and at night, nobody's around.
Yeah, nobody's there, so it's not really dangerous. Yeah. But okay, so once again, spoiler
alert.
And then, if you don't want to hear
they have all the Rochester cops working around there to make sure none of you the homeless and the crazies get in there with their guns.
These guys pile out of, spoiler alert, fast forward another 2 minutes if you don't want to, they pile out of the back of an armored car, which is all marked up Oscorp, which is, from the movie. And then, now mind you, I don't think Andrew Garfield is up here. I'm assuming it has to be a stuntman.
I wish
there's a guy.
I was thinking, because I love Emma Stone, I was hoping they'd be around.
I mean,
I don't know,
there's still another 2 weeks.
And I would have heard if somebody saw.
Oh yeah, no, if people down here. No, because I believe there are pictures of Spider-Man, but it's someone in Spider-Man's outfit.
Right. No. And I've seen recently photos of those two in New York City.
Yeah.
Flirting. The other day, making out. So I'm like, they aren't even in Rochester.
And I'd
love to just see them on the street.
I mean, they may
come
up here. That'd be
time.
pretty awesome. But yeah, I mean, in the pictures of Jamie Foxx, have you seen the pictures of Jamie Foxx?
You posted them. They look cool.
Yeah.
I saw you post them.
And it's funny to see Jamie Foxx because, he's known to be cool.
Right.
He's the cool guy. But in the beginning, he's very nerdy. I like the outfit. I like him when he's Electro.
It looks cool. It looks really well done. I don't know what he's originally supposed to look like comic book wise, but he looks cool how they did it.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's accurate or
it's
movie.
There's different versions of the comic book. There's Spider-Man, there's Amazing Spider-Man, there's Ultimate Spider-Man.
Weird.
And Ultimate Spider-Man, when they do any of the Ultimate series, there's Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate, everybody.
Because we gotta go to the extreme.
The Ultimate.
It's Ultimate.
They do their best. And I know it sounds weird. They try to make it cool, or they'll rewrite the history and stuff like that. They'll change stuff around. So Jamie Foxx looks like
the alternative.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx looks like the ultimate version of Electro.
Cool,
who looks cool. And I'm psyched. I'm like I said it before. I didn't like part 1. I'm so psyched for part 2. They're gonna ramp it up this time.
Well, they already got the storyline pretty much.
But
done in part 1, so this can be probably more action.
Yeah. They already established the history.
We got it. Okay, now we can do car chase scenes in Rochester.
But I had to go to court.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, maybe it's just me. I was the smart guy and I went down Exchange Street. I mean, there's
plenty of ways to go.
Get there.
Yeah, it's not
one
way. Yeah, so let people complain just to complain.
Yeah, drive around.
And you know this is being shot. Everybody knows this movie's going on. Leave a little early.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I got to court on time. No traffic.
Exactly. Like, if I was a judge and that was, like, somebody's big complaint, like, oh, well, I got here late, I'd be like, no leeway. You know this was going on, and there's 10 other ways you could get in here.
And so I went down.
So when I'm a judge, I'm going to be real hard-ass. Judge Judy.
Keeping it real local, I went down Exchange Street. I was, and so luckily, I didn't have any problems. But it's funny because there's a big parking lot across the street from our police headquarters, the public safety building. And that's where they're keeping all the smashed up cars and stuff like that. Oh yeah, the people, and it's only chain link fence, so people are just going by just video and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. But it's damage. All these crashed NYPD police cruisers.
Like, oh my God, what happened? Oh, there's a movie going on.
I can only imagine someone who didn't know what's going on. But it is funny to see
because it is prom season, and I see the high schools around here and the towns. They usually do the smashed up cars. And they leave them in the parking lot to show you, like, drunk driving, like, don't drunk drive.
Oh.
It's it's prom season, so I can imagine people thinking, like, those smashed up police cars, like, ooh, something happened.
Yeah, because right now, little later on this week, we're having, and I know we've gone through this before, Lilac Festival. I say Lilac.
Really? Is that like a New York City thing?
Well,
because my roommate, I say that because my roommate that was from Long Island, she said lilac. But then everybody else that was from New York,
says lilac.
Like outside of New York City, said lilac. And I was like, we call it Lilac Festival.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a weird
idiots. And I think it might be that region.
I'm saying
Long
I
Island
say lilac,
and Manhattan.
And then you guys say lilac.
Lilac.
Okay, and we say lilac.
Well, I think it's a Manhattan and
maybe it's a New York City
Long Island thing because the girl that lived like literally right outside Manhattan, my roommate, says my way, lilac. So I'm like, maybe must be you idiots. It's all you gotta change everything.
I don't.
Water, you guys got your own thing.
Coffee. So.
We're wrong.
With the Lilac Festival, there are going to be tons of people coming into Rochester.
Oh yeah, it's a huge thing.
So I can only imagine someone who...
And it should be good this year. Sometimes it's iffy.
Because it's an older... not that it's an older crowd, but I could only imagine someone who doesn't know about Spider-Man coming into town and seeing all these smashed up police cars.
Oh my God, what's going on in Rochester?
Thinking like it's another terrorist attack or something.
Yeah, filming it, sending it to the local news. Oh my God, look at all this crap. So much chaos going on in Rochester.
But it is...
The terrorists have won in Rochester.
Oh my God. So yeah, the Lilac Festival is coming up. Now, okay, and I'm watching the news last night, and they're talking, for the past couple of years, people are complaining because it's gotten so commercialized and all this other stuff.
Past couple of years, I think last year it rained, too, I think they do 2 weekends, or it's like a week long, and the whole week.
It pretty much rained all week.
So maybe this year might be good. I know the last few years it's just been either freezing, change the date, make it later.
Well, I've gone every year, and I've always took my stepson with me.
Yeah.
And then we went on Thursday night, and it was the Thursday night's weather was pretty decent. And maybe it's because I come from New York City, where a festival is supposed to be commercialized. It's supposed to be, it's a whole bunch of booths. Because don't get me wrong, the Lilac Festival.
So what did they have? I haven't been in years. Well, why were they saying it was commercialized?
Only because. Okay, you go down one area. Now, the way it's set up is, you got the big main field in the middle that has the stage, and, and this year, the Spin Doctors are playing.
Who else can we get? Gin Blossoms.
All right. And Collective Soul.
Yeah. We're really into the 90s here in Rochester.
But I give them credit. And then during the day during the day they have kids bands, local high school marching bands and stuff like that. So all right, you go down. Now of course, everything's centralized around the booth. It is local Rochester stuff, and up here, the garbage plates.
Right.
And garbage plates for people who don't know, it's what?
It's everything you want in a plate.
It's basically you
get cheeseburger or hot dog, whatever, or even grilled cheese.
Macaroni, is it macaroni?
You can get basically any side, but usually people get mac salad and French fries, and it's all basically
just thrown on the plate. Yeah. Hence the name garbage plate. But then,
I know, it sounds so delicious, a garbage plate.
Some places call it the Great Plate, or some places will have their own version of it, like they'll call it Joe's Plate or whatever. So
this is our claim to fame: is garbage plate.
Garbage plate, yeah. Like my mother wouldn't eat a garbage. I'm not eating a garbage plate. What the hell is that?
The word garbage.
Why would you eat garbage? Is that an upstate thing? So, that being said, okay, so you go down some aisles, because it kind of conforms all the way around. And, yeah, there's a Verizon booth. There's a, Time Warner cable booth. There's a, bathroom fitters booth.
But people use those locally.
Yeah, it's, I get...
So people just want to...
I understand why they're there, but I don't find a problem with it.
You don't find it overwhelming?
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem, and I get, because I guess, the original intention of the festival is to come watch the lilacs bloom because...
That's a huge event.
Because...
There are a lot of them and they're pretty.
Yeah, and the weather's been nice and those things work like freaking clockwork. Like, it's always like right around the time the Lilac Festival is.
It's blooming, baby.
Like, they say it's the second Saturday or something like that of May, if I'm not mistaken. So, and those freaking things, they bloom right on time. So it's crazy. So, people are complaining. But then on the news they go, and it's going to be less commercialized. And he said, and then they go, okay, and the amount of vendors hasn't changed since last year. And I'm like, well, how does the amount of vendors not change, but it's less commercialized? That makes no sense whatsoever. So I think they're just saying it. I mean, they made a big deal, like it's under new management, and okay, great, they changed the logo. I didn't see a problem with it. Maybe because I bring my stepson, because he goes mostly for the rides. They have amusement park rides, and of course, the wonderful people that work that operate the amusement park rides.
What's wrong with them, Chris?
Oh boy. Yeah, I really feel secure and safe. And it's the thing, and let me oh boy, because then when they were in town 2 years ago, I went to a bar up here called the Pelican's Nest. It's pretty famous up here.
It's open, and basically it's an outdoor bar. That's why people like it.
And I went there, and so there was a guy from the festival.
Did he stick out?
Yeah. Oh, he stuck out. And mind you, the Pelican's Nest does. There is kind of like a biker crowd that goes there anyway.
Yeah.
And this guy stuck out even in the biker crowd, real carny. So, because we were talking about, I forgot how he brought it up. I think I had mentioned it. And then he goes, oh, yeah, I'm working down there or whatever, And mind you, I was talking, this guy was drunk off his ass.
What ride did he run?
Yeah. And I hate to say, totally typical,
the Tilton world.
Thin guy, prison tats, what I'm saying?
Working on the Garney.
Not exactly every tooth in his head, so...
My dream is Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear. Yeah, right?
He's
saying he's getting married and his daughter's in a... Nah, I'm making that up. Yeah, so the Lilac Festival is... Like I said, I don't have the same amount of vendors, but it is a less...
Plus there's a surplus of local vendors that are trying to get in that haven't been in.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like that's going on.
Yeah. Oh, the way
which doesn't sound like that just doesn't seem like...
Yeah.
Plausible.
And one thing, and we had just passed Free Comic Book Day on Saturday. Unfortunately, you were busy at a wedding. I wanted to make this a tradition.
Sorry.
Well, that being said,
fancy for my wedding. Lose my voice. Dance to I'm Blue.
Like I'm blue, la da dee. No, there like 3 comic book shops have shut down in Rochester between this year and last year.
Really?
Yeah, the one on Park Avenue. Because remember we went there last year and they had the Ghostbusters stuff.
I usually go. I would just buy there.
Yeah.
I didn't really look to see, but
yeah, it's an empty storefront.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to look next time to see what they got. What's going on?
Empire Comics. There's 2 of them. There's one on Stone Road and one on Mount Hope. Or Mount Reed. I always get those 2 confused. Whatever. The one that's closer to South Wedge. Mount Hope. So, I mean, don't be wrong.
Really?
Yeah, so, I don't know if it's the economy or what, but, there was only 4 shops, actually participating in Free Comic Book Day, comics, etc., like I said before, and they were the most organized. They had the biggest selection, and I don't want to talk crap, but Wonderland Comics in Penfield, oh, what a fucking abortion that was.
The name?
Wonderland. I mean, because they also sell science stuff. Like, if you want to go there and buy your kid, a kit or something, learn about magnets, I get it. But they were so chintzy.
So how were they
had no
science-wise?
Science-wise, I mean, it was
Maybe
was
that's
neat.
Like their main.
I mean, they had a decent sized collection, but they had no free comics. I mean, maybe they ordered the absolute minimum and was.
And they were on the list last year, right?
I think they were, but we were hitting so many places. I was like, I'm not going to drive all the way down. Wonderland, forget them.
Forget about them.
So
maybe that's like their second.
First Print, and First Print right now where I'm living right now, they're the closest to me. They were good. I'm not going to lie. I have to, give them props. They were very, very cool, very professional. They seen my face there a couple times, so that was smooth. All Heroes Comics, which was all the way up on Lake Avenue, they didn't even open until 2 o'clock. I was thinking it's a beautiful Saturday. And I understand they had to get stuff set up, and I get it, but
probably at the Lilac Festival getting set up.
Like, I don't know why they shot. You're shooting yourself in the foot opening so late in the evening. And once again, they're not my local shop because not that they're a bad shop, but it's just for me to go there it makes no sense. They're far, far away. Yeah. But Comics Etc. they had it nice. Now they had gotten use of another entrance, so you walk into the entrance, and I'm not even kidding. I mean, it was a hallway, but what they did was there's these the walls had these setups where it was like black curtains on the side, and there was actual red carpet on the floor.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. So and just so there's no crowding there, so there was basically a line because you don't want to fill the store with people because you got to the employees have to keep an eye on the people and make sure no one's stealing, and so you go down the hall, and then at the end of the hall there were 3 tables. I forgot Eugene Commodore, I believe is his name. And he doesn't even know it yet, but I'm about to send him a pitch.
Hit him up?
I'm about to hit him up for a pitch about look, I'm gonna send him my script and say, look,
Eugene Commodore. Yeah. That's a great name.
There was another guy, I can't believe I forgot his name. He does a comic called Ant Hill, I believe, but he's a friend of Eugene's. I know that because I'm friends with Eugene online.
Because I stalked him, so I know his friends.
I'm networking.
Yeah, networking.
You call it stalking.
You call it stalking, so I'm calling it networking.
Right? He doesn't know I'm about to contact him.
I'm networking.
But if Eugene is listening, what's up?
I love you.
Then there was a whole other table there from MCC, Monroe Community College, and they had comics. Now, the other 2 guys had legitimate comics and stuff like that. These and not to take anything away from the MCC kids, but they had it's printed on regular paper and stuff like that. And I mean, it was quality, but it was, I guess it's just it's cheaper. It's cheaper to just go to Staples and have them put something together.
I was thinking maybe they're trying to save the environment, and then it's no wait, they just printed it all.
Yeah, well, and honestly, and it's gonna sound weird, it's probably easier to recycle the stuff from MCC than a comic book.
Than a comic book, yeah.
And I wonder if that's, I guess...
I don't know. They're going green, I don't know.
A comic book nerd would never throw away a comic.
Right.
You never, it's always their mother's.
Yeah, get this out of here.
It's always after, either they die or
gotta get out of here.
A mad girlfriend, a mom.
A comic
book.
Start a fire.
You could put a recycling bin in front of a comic book store. It'll always be empty. No one's going to throw out their comics.
Do they burn well? Have a good bonfire with them.
Oh my God!
That'd be the ultimate ex-girlfriend.
Unfortunately, comic books probably burn very, very well. No, I don't want to give anybody any bad ideas.
Sit in there with the wood, let a good bonfire going.
That's horrible, people.
Then you gotta pee on the fire to put it out at the end of the night.
Because I told you, when I went to, they were damaged, but I got comics from 1965. 65, 83, 93, and. They're damaged. I don't know what. They're probably not worth much, but they're mine. You never. So the paper. Like I said, when it comes to recycling comic books, no comic book, no person who collects comics would ever throw any one of them out. Because even if you got the crappy ones, I know this doesn't sound weird. I'm already in my head. I'm sorting out the comic books that I have, and the ones. Yeah, I'm sorting them out because I'm okay, I could give this one to my daughter because if she damages it, I won't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like the misfit toys from Toy Story, the ones that are gonna get abused. So Because obviously the big ones I'm going to say, well, the Supermans and the Justice Leagues and the Wolverines, those are going to be safe. But like, some third-party company, or some defunct company that doesn't exist anymore. Oh, okay, Raven, you could go read X-Mutants. You could read.
Go on now.
You could go read that Prime comic book because I don't even want that. That being said, I don't want to piss off anybody who used to work at Prime or Malibu Comics or Blue Water. Actually, no, Blue Water's still around. But I already know what comics I can sacrifice.
Give away.
That because I would never throw it out. I'd give my comic.
I'll give it to a daughter to destroy. Yeah. I'm not going to throw it out.
I'd give it to a kid though to kind of get them indoctrinated, for the lack of a better term. And my buddy Eddie, I mentioned him before on the show. He's a cop. His daughter's 4. No, I think she just turned 5. Excuse me. And he took her to Comic Book Day, and it was her first comic book day. I can imagine
the owner of the comic books watching the little kid.
Oh yeah.
All right, I see her.
I mean, comic books get a reputation for being kiddie books, but you go to the store and the kids don't even want to be in the store. The kids want to, and it's dad that they are like, all right, be quiet and and honestly, obviously little kids, 3, 4, 5 years old, don't they're used to the supermarket mentality where they could grab anything off the shelf. Oh, I want this, and they're flicking their hammer around, holding it, and the dad's like, please don't damage that. I don't have to pay for it.
Leave it alone.
I'm not gonna pay $4 for an Archie comic because you're flipping it around in the air. Yeah. There's always Archie. It's so funny. I'm at one part of the store looking at comics. This is out in Wonderland because I was looking for something to buy. As I said, I don't want to walk out the store empty-handed, so I'm looking for. And what they did is they put comics on. They call trade paperbacks when there's a bunch of comics bound together, So it was it was literally called Archie Comics. 50 years of Archie Comics.
Yay!
And if you see the people who are more casual, Archie Comics. Oh, Archie. It's always kind of Archie's kind of like the gateway drug into comics. So
marijuana of the comic world.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like kids. Kids get. Come on, you didn't have an Archie comic when you were. No. Oh my God.
I don't know.
Oh, my gateway drug was...
I just didn't know, Chris. I'm sorry. I played outside. I don't know.
Well, no, when I was 6 years old, I was in first grade, and they had given us comics that were from the, American Lung Society, anti-smoking comics, and it was...
It's like a giant black lung talking to you
or
something.
It was Spider-Man.
Okay.
Spider-Man, Storm from the X-Men, and this other guy named you're gonna laugh. His name is Luke Cage, which is Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage stole his name from,
his stage name.
His real name is Coppola.
Yeah,
but he changed it to Cage because of this comic book character, Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
I forgot that he changed his name in the comics. It's not Luke Cage anymore. It was like Iron Fist or not Iron Fist.
So Luke Cage can change his name in a comic book.
Yeah, Luke Cage. Oh my God, I can't believe people are gonna I can't believe you claim to be a comic book nerd, but I forgot his name. Power Man? Yeah,
so
I think it's Power Man.
His name.
Yeah.
Power Man.
But at that time, he was known as Luke Cage.
Energy Man.
And so it was Storm,
Luke Cage,
and Spider-Man versus The Smoke.
Okay.
And it was like a villain that wanted people to smoke cigarettes and stuff like that. So that was my and let me tell you,
I didn't get those. We got those stupid pamphlets.
Oh no,
these Doctor pamphlets.
Oh no, this was like a full-on comic. I mean,
that would have been fun.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I can't find that comic. I mean, I see it on eBay, but I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay big money. I'll pay.
For the smoke.
Maybe $5, just to kind of hold that piece of your childhood,
for them to beat the smoke.
Because that was my gateway. I'm going to get one eventually, and I'll frame it or something.
Did they beat the smoke?
Of course they beat the smoke.
Spoiler alert.
But I do have, because someone goes, oh, you want those comics? Just call the Lung Association. They'll mail them to you for free. They mailed it, but they upgraded it, they modernized it, and it's not the same.
They got some old ones in the back.
Yeah. So
I want the original smoke.
Yeah, I want the,
Luke Cage in the smoke.
Because the guy's like, oh, I can mail them out to you, and he mailed them out to me, but it wasn't the one I wanted. I guess I could go on eBay and look it up. I'm not gonna pay more than $10. You know what I'm saying? Something I got for free in first grade when I was 6.
Smoking cigarettes.
Right.
6th grade when you were 6.
Didn't exactly work. 6th grade. I was Doogie Howser.
Yeah.
And that was my.
We didn't get them. Yeah, we had those stupid Like 5th grade was like our year here. I don't know how it was for your school system. For like when they were talking about penises, vaginas in the classroom, and menstrual cycles and all. And they would give us stupid like pamphlet, like they looked like a doctor pamphlet, but they were more cartoony.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, had the color, but it was like doctor stuff, and it was like, interesting me. Like, I don't want this
kids like
crap.
pictures.
Like they made it like colorful. It was like, get out of here. We didn't have comic books. Maybe I would have known more.
Here is your uterus.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, what am I looking
Once
at?
every 28 days, your uterus sheds its lining. You may think it's bleeding, and like there's like, I'm your uterus with a smiley face and eyes.
And the fallopian tubes are like the creepy R's. Yeah, that shit's scary.
I make eggs once a month.
And I'm like, that's in me? Where is that? Where's that located?
Here's my friend the penis.
And it was so ridiculous because, like, I see why they do it because we're young and you get goofy.
Yeah.
You know, when you're the... But they would separate us. Like, the boys would go in one room. Wow. And then the girls would be in another. And then we obviously learned about the penises and all that, but it would be like different days, but we always had to be separated.
Wow.
And the best was, our teacher was so awkward. She's like, the first day we done, they always made it so serious. They're like, okay, today's the first day. We're going to be starting whatever the hell they called the program. And she's just like, penis, penis, penis. Vagina, vagina, vagina. There, I said it. Okay. We're all like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Remember being like, really? That's how you're breaking us into this? Just put the tape on. Penis, 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 vagina, vagina, vagina.
That's how you break the ice.
I know,
in a room full of giggly kids.
And we're all like, what? What about him? Yeah, we got him. What's the problem?
Penis, penis, penis. I like that. Yeah. All right, so we hit the hour mark.
Wrap it up on penis, penis, penis.
Yeah, we're going to end on a
vagina
hard note.
Penis,
penis.
Soft note.
I'm going to try to make this quick. Just visit twostrangersonepodcast.com.
Do it.
So please check out twostrangersonepodcast.com where you can find links for everything show related. First and foremost, I guess usually I say first and foremost for our eBay page, but the eBay stuff has kind of been
dismal.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the process of moving, so all my stuff is packed up in boxes. So I haven't had a chance to get all my stuff on eBay. Please, I guess what would really be first and foremost is our Indiegogo page. You can find the links right on Two Strangers One Podcast. There's big giant letters Indiegogo. You click on it. Just watch the video. If the video doesn't make you laugh, I don't know what will. You have no soul in you if you can't.
You suck. Sorry, we love you. Share us, like us.
Yeah, and at the very least, you're like, oh, Chris, I don't have any money. I can't give you. Just share the link. It takes 2 seconds to share the link. Mail it to your friends. Put it on your Facebook page. Twitter it out to people. Tell them it's one thing when it's really something. Tell them, hey, look at this is the funniest video I've ever seen online. And then you just.
That's our face.
Then it's us. Hopefully. But it's a funny video. I think we're funny, damn it. So there's, first and foremost, would be our Indiegogo page. Like us on Facebook. We've been getting steady flow of likes on Facebook.
We love you.
Thank you very much. And I think it's like a snowball effect. I think once more people start liking it, then their friends see it, and then their friends see it, and so on and so on and so on.
Thank you.
And they tell 3 friends, and they tell 3 friends. And so
someone's pregnant.
Yeah. So that and if this is anyone, I always have to keep in mind that every show could be someone's first show, so hopefully we've entertained you. We have well over 100 episodes. You could go back and also on twostrangersonepodcast.com you can find the links to our Podomatic site where you can. It just says to download episodes. That's all the past episodes. But mostly nowadays, the younger, hipper people, the people who movers and shakers have
big wigs.
The big wigs, Then with their 23 skidoos, pretty much everyone in the world has an iPad, iPod, iPhone. You can find us on iTunes. Just go to the iTunes, click the upper right corner where the podcast tabs are, then click then search for Two Strangers One Podcast. You'll see our beautiful red, white, and blue logo. God bless America, and of course, and a big shout out to everyone else around the world listening to us. You could download all the episodes on your iPhone, iPad, iPod off of iTunes.com. If you have an Android device, you can stream us on Stitcher, STITCHER. And who knows, let's just say you don't want to waste your data and you happen to be in a Wi-Fi spot. You're in the library. You can download the episodes right off the Podomatic website. And so, just letting you know, if you have an Android, it isn't always
we got a bunch of
streaming it.
For you.
What else? I'm trying to think here for a second.
West Coast Love.
West Coast Love. You can check out Livin' Lame, podcastentertainment.com. That's Livin, no G. Lame, Podcast Entertainment, all our brother podcasts.
They got a bunch of shows, something for everyone.
Yeah, Livin' Lame, Fox Den, Real Chat, The Breakdown, which I just released. I'm trying to do it every Sunday, Chris's Hidden Metal Show. And I want to thank the guys from Livin' Lame Podcast Entertainment for letting us use their server space for the time being. I did a whole show dedicated to, unfortunately, the passing of Jeff Hanneman, the guitarist for Slayer. So I did a whole episode of Pure Slayer, and let me tell you, it's a good episode because I've listened to it myself twice already. And I made the damn show and I listened to it. So Chris's Hidden Metal Show, it's on their Breakdown feed. All of these shows are available on iTunes and Stitcher.
Check them out.
And
share, laugh, love.
Yeah.
Live, laugh, love.
Well, I say click, listen, laugh, share. And that's about it. I can't think of anything else. Our Indiegogo, share us on Facebook, hover over the like button, click show on news feed. Our Twitter is Comic Metal Games, @Comic Metal Games, but it's really just reposting of everything we do on Facebook. That's about it. We certainly hope you guys enjoyed listening and had as much fun as we did recording. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
Don't be a stranger.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled C-O-L-O-N.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking, are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea, man.
Is.
Look at her. Fucking, she's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show. I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. And if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
yeah.
Insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudity in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.